This is the CBS Evening News with Jeff Glor.
Good evening. The CDC said today 1 in 10 deaths in this country is currently being caused by the flu or pneumonia. It is already one of the worst seasons on record, and it may not peak for several weeks. The flu has sent more than twice as many people to the hospital than at this time last year. 1 in 13 doctor visits last week was for flu symptoms. Numbers like this haven't been seen since the swine flu pandemic of 2009. Dr. John LaPook has more.
14-year-old Gabriella Chabot of Thousand Oaks, California, became the latest flu-related death in what's shaping up to be among the worst seasons in a decade. In a Facebook post, her father, Michael, called her "my angel who is now in heaven." Today, the CDC reported 10 more pediatrics, bringing the total to 63 this year, compared to 20 at this point last year. The CDC also reported that 10% of all deaths last week were caused by the flu or pneumonia.
In a bad season like 2014-15, 56,000 Americans died from flu. We're on track right now to likely reach that level and potentially exceed it.
How are you doing?
The flu is overwhelming Dr. Michael Tugetman at his American Family Care Clinic in the Bronx, New York.
We're seeing an average of about 150 patients a day. We've been spiking up into the 170s. We've actually seen 184 the other day.
That includes 16-year-old Lindsay Ruiz. Her mother and younger brother have already had the flu.
They just got over it about 2 weeks ago, and then I started feeling symptoms around Tuesday. At school, I got dizzy and I got nauseous.
That made her a prime candidate for an unpleasant flu test. Her nasal swab gets in line behind all the other flu tests in this bustling office. The CDC says the number of patients may reach record levels, and we have not yet hit the peak of flu season.
In 2014-15, 710,000 Americans were hospitalized from flu. If things continue like they are right now, we will have even more hospitalizations this year.
The CDC says to seek immediate help if you develop flu symptoms that include persistent high fever, breathing problems, rapid heartbeat, confusion, or if you start to get better and then suddenly get worse, because that could mean a secondary infection like pneumonia.
I know how many cases you've been diagnosing just yourself, John, so much more to come on this.
It's a brutal season.